Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? So, Kappa Crafto. I don't know what it is about this show. It's funny. Not only funny, it feels really relatable at times when people be getting mad at certain things that shouldn't really seem like they would get as mad as they do. But it's understandable because some people really, really, really love their cars, and to see their cars take any type of damage is practically like attacking one of their kids or dogs or something along those lines. Some people just really have, really close, loves for those types of things. But we definitely have two characters that don't feel the same. I'm pretty sure if he took her sword and threw it in a vat of acid and absolutely dissolved it and destroyed it, she might understand just how he feels, but then again, she might not. I just I just love that kind of like weirdness about their camaraderie. It it makes me die laughing because they just will never meet eye to eye on certain things, and because of that, they'll probably always continuously not meet eye to eye on things because they just, I don't know, they just don't really see the point in, understanding certain aspects. But at the same time, there's a good reason as to why our character acts the way that he does, maybe, which is kind of messed up because it makes a lot of sense why somebody would be treating them, with extra discipline and trying to be hard on him all the time. And that's because he has had a younger sister, and I guess she passed away, which we don't really know how she passed away. If she was involved with something or some weird guy who we also know about in the war did something to her. We don't know. Um, the sad part is though is it feels like the only reason why he goes so ham on the girl that he's taking care of now is because maybe he sees his sister in her. Maybe he sees a young, lively girl that now looks up to him and, clearly doesn't hate him. And now he has to make sure she has, a little bit more knowledge or a little bit more discipline from him. So maybe he feels like if something happens, he tried to, give her as much, like understanding of what she's doing wrong and stuff like that. I'm not sure, but that was really a cool way to introduce something in the grand scheme of just uh, what could be going on in the back of the character's head. Like I don't know. I really like stuff like that a lot, just because it doesn't, like, sure, he did feel like he had a chip on his shoulder, but he also lost his partner, right? So for me, it's like, okay, he lost his partner. That could be a good reason why he has this chip on his shoulder, and then now he has a new partner that he doesn't really care for. But then you add to the fact that he could feel the way about her, or like he treats her the way he does because he has a sister and doesn't want to see her hurt and stuff like that. So it then gets flipped on its head. It's like, oh, well, crap. Like, what the heck? How do I, take this in? Is that the case? Do you feel like she's somewhat like your sister, or is it just too much of a speculation from his ex-girlfriend to say that in the first place and throw that out there? Maybe he doesn't even see her like that. But in other case, it does seem that way. Like he's done a lot of things that already incriminate him. Looking out for her. But that could just be him being a good person. Some people take kindness for whatever they want. He's only being kind to you because he sees his sister in you. He might be just being kind because he wants to be kind. So it's one of those situations where you're kind of just like, what's the real reason then? Like, is the author telling me that is the real reason, or am I left to my own devices to really find out what the real reason is, which is fine, but I just thought this was a good introduction to something that we had no idea about, and just like the main character had no idea, we get to, pretty much be in that same position with her. Like, whoa, like, dang, like, okay, it makes a little bit more sense why she might just be, or he might just be a little bit angry all the time and be on edge and stuff like that. So, oh my God, this version of him is so broken. But overall, I really do hope we see something truly amazing out of this show. I mean, it's already been relatively good, so to know that it could get better is pretty awesome. And I look forward to seeing what people think about Copcraft at the end of the day. Because I mean, to be fair, this show, in my opinion, didn't have that much like craziness happening. Like sure there was a weird like world bending phenomenon that happened with the two worlds blending together, the elf's world and the human. But at the same time, I've seen a show like that, right? So that's not crazy new to me. But to other people, that could be like, what the heck is what? So I can understand why it already seemed like this show was pretty crazy off the jump. But for me, it was just normal until the actual characters start getting involved, until I start seeing what people are doing in this world that really actually gives it that unreal feeling. And to then get reminded that this show is still very heavily grounded and has a lot to just explore with its characters in general. We get this episode of an elf trying to learn how to drive while already destroying one car and then ends up destroying the other car. Like it was an episode just to show us what type of stuff goes on through day to day life, not only breaking crimes or criminals and trying to figure out what they're up to, even if they're delivering porn mags. Uh, we get to see just where and what you know thoughts go through these weird days of not too much action. We get to see what they do on these days, why they do these things, and above all else, how funny they can be. So I really do hope you guys are checking out Copcraft. Just let me know if it's a show that you watch for funniness or if you actually like the action a lot and you're looking forward to the conclusions to what we've already seen and a lot of the people who gotten away already that we haven't captured or found again. I mean, they beat a vampire, but after beating that vampire, someone else kind of got away still. So it's getting pretty fire. I'm glad they took it slow this way. We could see more of the characters and not just feel like we're being force fed this action and all this crazy stuff happening. This was definitely the relax, chill, and make sure there's something happening type of episode, which was cool to me. So I do truly hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I'll probably be chilling for the rest of the day, seeing how I think I don't have to drop anything else. So yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing one. I will definitely talk to you when I can. If anything, strange comes out or like some news that I think is cool comes out, I'll probably drop a video for it or something. But other than that, I will be reading all the comments and I'll be on Twitter and stuff like that. So if you guys do want to get a hold of me, Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube and Twitch, all those things I'm on at times. But the most thing I could check the easiest is Twitter. So with all that being said, all that stuff will be in the description with pictures of this week's episode. So check all that out, and I will talk to you in the next one. So with that, peace.